welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone had a great week. It's Friday. Yay. So I've been kind of wanting to do a video like this, and I hope it doesn't come off as like, a broken record, me sounding like a broken record. But I've been really wanting to do like a side-by-side comparison of Alicia's weekly grocery hauls versus what she makes when she posts what her kids eat in a day. Because I know a lot of her followers and a lot of people out there think that what she prepares, in these little video shorts on her TikTok or her YouTube shorts, that's what, her family is eating. They're eating breakfast, lunch, a snack, and dinner. But then when she goes grocery shopping every week, every 8 days, I believe it is, she spends $1,200 and she buys a lot of the same shit. And I'm trying to figure out like where does she make a lot of the stuff that she's buying? So what I tried to do is take like her last 2 grocery hauls and align them up with what meals she made that week with the food. And it's weird because it's just so much. And then you figure, okay, she does 5 of those, like Monday through Friday. So I figure, okay, the weekends, they're snacking on the stuff that is not in those videos, right? Like, I guess like my thing is like, when do they eat all that pasta? When do they eat all the pasta sauce? When do they eat all the Velveeta? When do they eat all those snacks, the chips, the cereal? Just, I guess, a lot of the extra stuff that, and it's okay. I guess it'd be one thing if you bought it like once every month or once every like 2 weeks, but she's buying the same amount of the same things every 8 days. But then when you watch her, what my kids ate today, you don't see any of that stuff. So take a look.
Here's what my 12 kids ate today for breakfast.
Okay, so I believe this is her most recent haul. And just take a look at the left side, all this stuff. But then on the right side is what she's saying that they're eating during the week. They got the Snackerty board, which she does all the time. And then whatever that was, I think it's chicken fajitas. And then she just sets out like these jars of applesauce. They're not open. I doubt they eat it. We already know what she does with the berries, and I have the whole chicken and the berries thing coming up here for you guys to see. But there's the pitas for the gyros or whatever they're called. She says it kind of weird, or maybe I say it weird. But then this is her cabinet. This is the cabinet in the house. This isn't even the outside. This is the outside. And she stocks, so you got the pasta sauce, and this is where I feel like I'm like a broken record, but I'm trying to see like, when are they eating? Let's see, that's 3, 6, 9, 12 boxes of Velveeta. The fruit goes to the chickens. We know that. We saw the pork chops in there. That was for pie day, which I doubt the kids ate those pot pies. The watermelon right here. It's given to the chickens. We've seen that. So I get that playing up there. But do you guys know what I mean? A lot of the stuff has to be thrown out, okay? So I've always thought this. I've always been big on her hauls. I know people like to watch them for fun, but I watch them and I'm like disgusted because it's like a lot of that stuff's going to expire and you're going to throw it out. And you're doing these large hauls for one reason, and that's for views. And I have videos about that already. That's where, like again, I said, I feel like a broken record. But Josh on Dad Challenge podcast had Just the Bells. Oh gosh, is her name Heather, you guys? I might get that wrong. Sorry if I do. But Just the Bells moms. And I've talked about her before. She was explaining to Josh how she really pulled back on the information she shares about her kids. She's deleting a lot of her content where she talked about one of her adopted children. And I think maybe his medical conditions, or I believe she shared a little too much about him. And she even admitted that it had, I believe, somewhere around 12 million views, 15 million views. She says when she includes the kids in her content, she gets a lot of views. But her family wasn't happy. Her husband wasn't happy. Her kids thought that she was online too much. And she admitted, she's like, yes, it takes a lot of our time. And then she said something where I immediately thought of Alicia, and she was talking about when she would do her grocery hauls. And even with her, let's see, maybe 8 kids, because I think it's 10 of them, maybe two is the adult, and then 8 children. I said that so weird, I'm not sure why. But maybe it's 10. I'm not sure. I know you guys probably know more than I do about her family, her wonderful family. I just love her. But she did mention that when she did those hauls, she overdid it. She overdid it, and her husband called her out on it and said, look, we're not going to eat all this food. It's all going to go to waste. And she's like, damn, she was like, yeah, you're right. We're not going to eat all that food. Take a look here.
On, my kids know. And so they'd say no or yes. Or if I put something on they didn't know, they're like, I don't want that on. Take that off.
Mm-hmm.
And then I walked in one day and I was doing grocery hauls. And of course, I was buying way more than we could eat.
Yeah.
And I walked in the house and my husband looked at me and he said, we can't eat this. We can't eat what you're buying.
Yeah.
You have to stop. And I thought, first I was a little upset because I'm like, people love my grocery hauls.
Yeah.
And then as I sat down, I thought, you know what, he's right. Like, I can't, my family can't eat this. It's going to go to waste. And so that was another red flag. If my own family were like, hey, you need to relax. You need to stop buying this stuff. We don't like this on,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, okay, well, we're a family page. So if my family's not with it, then we've got to make some changes, And so that was like the big thing that really got me thinking like, okay, you're putting more time into your social media than you are your family. And I was really burdened by that. I mean, because if I didn't get the likes I wanted on a post, I'd be irritated with my family.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And so that's kind of what started the ball of me removing things. And I'm still going back. I mean, man, when you've had years of content.
Okay, so if you haven't seen that whole video with Josh and Heather, I highly suggest you go and check it out. I have so much more respect for Heather after listening to her just be so vulnerable, so honest, and really like learn from, I guess, the mistakes or things she, didn't know she was doing until, her family was calling her out for it, some of her fans. And she did the right thing. She went back and she started deleting a lot of the videos that upset her family and her fans. And like she said, she's like, a lot of those had millions of views. She's like, my channel's not growing as fast as I wanted it, or as it was when I was showing so much of the children. She's like, but I'm choosing that over money. Now, the difference with Alicia is, for one, when she gets called out, very rarely does she ever admit anything or speak to her followers and apologize, or even just change, or nothing to that effect. Like, she will not admit when she has done something wrong. As a matter of fact, in one of her most recent grocery hauls, at the end of the grocery haul video, you can tell with Alicia, you can tell what she's thinking before it even comes out of her mouth. Like, her face says everything. She does that little look when she's lying, when she's about to tell a lie, when she's embarrassed. And so I noticed, like, I almost shut the video off after I was watching it to the end. And then I thought, oh, wait, she's about to say something. So I usually I click out, before the end of her video, but I decided to watch it and I'm like, oh, she's going to say something. This, I think, was her way of addressing the whole kinship issue with the bio mom. That's been a big thing. And I've been so hesitant to talk about it. That's one thing I wanted to ask you guys. Do you want me to talk about what's, I guess right at this point it's rumors. And I think that's why I'm so hesitant to talk about it. But is it something that you want me to kind of cover or go over? I might touch on a few things here today, just some recent stuff I've seen. But if it's something that you guys are interested in me, like, I guess, following, let me know. I want to make sure that you guys, are comfortable with it, because I'm kind of on the fence about it. But, okay, so when she's in her van, at the end of that, I think it's this video, at the end of this grocery haul video, this is how she, quote unquote, addresses I feel, the kinship situation.
At Wegmans, they have helping hands. They help you load your groceries, or they help people bring their carts to their cars, all that stuff. Anyways, I had Johnny and Nick helping me today. They made my day. Always. The helping hands people always make my day. They're seriously like the nicest people. Very kind and helpful.
This is her lying face.
I need to hand sanitize. Also need to eat breakfast, lunch, brunch. I meant to grab one of those sandwiches and eat it on the way home.
So there's a long silent pause right here.
Today is a new day. That's what I tell myself every day. Today is a new day, full of new opportunities and new chances. Every day. Start fresh. Don't let yesterday weigh down today. Move on. Move up. Keep going. Okay, let's go get home. Did you hear that?
You can tell there was a lot more she wanted to say. She even thought about it for a while. There was a long pause there. She thought about what she wanted to say, and she always refers back to tomorrow's a new day. Get up and choose happy. Get up and do this and that. And although I agree, to a certain extent, depending on the circumstances, right? But when you're talking about her as a large social media creator with a very large following, with so much drama and rumors going around, especially when it has to deal with children in your home that you've already exploited online, not to give any type of explanation to not even really your haters, as she likes to call them, her criticizers or whatever, but her own followers. It's no surprise. I mean, it's everywhere. Everyone's talking about it. And just as we've seen with Just the Bells, how, she actually went on Josh's podcast, someone who's totally against really what she's for, what her channel's for. Just the content, about exploiting children. She actually went on his channel. I mean, she could have picked any other channel to go on. She picked his. That's how serious she is about it. And that's how much she appreciates her followers, her fans, and even some that may not like her. But at least she did that. She put her ego aside. Alicia can't do that. She will not address it. The money is so important to her that she would rather have everyone making assumptions and Reddit posts and videos instead of just being, like I've been saying from the beginning, just being straight up. But I mean, that just goes to show what I've kind of been talking about on this channel, was that they rely so much on the profit they make from their channel that they can't do anything else, and they will protect it with everything they have. As for Heather with Just the Bells, they have a very profitable farm. I believe that's what she said. They don't rely on their money from social media. Alicia, on the other hand, her whole family would fall apart if she was to be canceled. Now, I will say, surprisingly, I found this on Reddit, and it's a response to another creator. She has awesome videos, Cursed Eye. Check her out when you get a chance. I believe she made a video talking about the kinship biomom situation, and Alicia actually responded by saying, just to clear something up, I am still allowed to post them on our social media if they want to join our videos. It was agreed upon in court 11 months ago by the judge. With myself, mom, dad, and CPS. I have not been told otherwise by anyone. Telling Reddit doesn't make it a thing. She has the ability to move the kids. If she truly does not want them living here, she can find them a different resource placement. That's not happened. So she will respond to even a creator like Kirsty, but she will not, for the life of her, or should I say the sake of her channel, she won't come out and do a video. Heather from Just the Bells, she'll come out and she will address rumors, address issues. She has no problem doing that. And I think that's why so many people have so much respect for her, even if they don't always agree with everything she does. But with Alicia, she'll let the rumors just pile up and pile up. And I can tell by her replying to Kirsty, she's had it up to here. But it's like, what are you going to do about it, Alicia? How far are you going to let us creators go? Because right now they're rumors until she addresses them. That's why I've been a little hesitant to talk about this, right? Because as we've seen in the beginning with some type of Facebook post from the bio mom, that was like a big uproar. That was a big issue. But even then, with all this talk about Alicia kicking them out, if they don't perform for her page, right? If they don't perform for her content, then they can get out. And that has a lot of people upset. It's disgusting if it's true, but how would we know unless unless she comes out and sets the record straight? I think she should do that. I would love for her to do that. When I see things like this, a lot of these posts by the bio mom, I can't help but think that Alicia brought a lot of this onto herself. She has, made videos saying that she supports the bio family. She wants them in the kids' life. She has a supposed open door policy where the bio families can come at any time and visit the children. She wants them in their lives. She wants to support them. They're part of the family. But I bet Alicia never thought in a million years that she would have a bio mom like this one. And this is a completely different circumstance than the other children in Alicia's care. The other children in Alicia's care are her children. She has legal guardianship over those kids. Those are her kids. When it comes to Deshawn and Nevaeh, they are not Alicia's kids. They are in temporary placement. And I think Alicia, regardless of this woman's past, and I might make other videos regarding it if you guys are interested in that, we can touch on a little bit more of the bio mom. However, Alicia took it a little too far when the kinship kids came into her care. She was treating them as though they were her own. And in that way, I mean, she was not respecting their boundaries. She was not giving them privacy. She was exploiting their traumas as well. There was many times when Alicia brought up the fact that the bio mom sold her Nintendo. There's, she was making videos about her going to court and the court outcome from the very beginning. And Alicia was wrong for that. So I completely understand where the frustration of the bio mom is coming from in that sense. Alicia just overstepped, and she's been overstepping. And I think Alicia's frightened. I think she's scared that, like she had said in that one video, the only thing holding her back from bringing in these children for kinship was her social media page. What Alicia didn't want to happen was to introduce these two children to her page and everyone fall in love with them and then them go back to the bio mom. I think Alicia has been hoping and praying that she would get full legal guardianship of these children. They would become her own so that she could continue to exploit them. And I don't think Alicia thought that mom would catch wind of it and get online and start calling her out. And it has a lot of people talking now. Now, when it comes to the bio mom, and this is my main reason why I've tried to avoid this topic with the Dr. D Dozen, and it has to do with the addiction part. Not only do I come from a family of addicts, it's a very touchy subject for me. And I want to be as careful with my words as I can when I discuss the bio mom because of this. What I will say is that she is not healthy enough in her recovery. She's not strong enough in her recovery to take on Alicia right now. I feel like it's too soon in her recovery to have this kind of stress, these triggers. She posts a lot about her drug tests and her meetings and how she's trying to prove to people that she hasn't relapsed, that she's still sober. And that right there, more than anything, tells me how not ready she is. I know there's a lot of people online rallying behind her, and they're trying to help her, and they're trying to help her on her feet. But guys, this is something that she needs to do for herself and for her children. In order for her to get her children back, she needs to focus on her children and not Alicia. What Alicia's done, she needs to worry about that after she's sober and after she has her children and after she's back on her feet. She can't fight both of these. She can't fight getting her kids back and fighting Alicia at the same time. What I see online right now is a lot of enablers. And if you know anything about addiction, then you're familiar with enablers. And that's what I see right now. I'll have to do a video too and kind of go, a little more in depth about this situation. So let me know if you guys, want me to keep talking about this topic or just keep to the normal stuff I usually do. Because I noticed this video is already pretty long because I did the grocery thing and then I switched topics. But I did want to mention it because I know that is a hot topic right now going on with the Doherty dozen. So let me know. I really would love to hear your guys' opinions. Let me know what you guys want to see more of. If you want me to just keep with the regular snarky stuff, or do you want me to get a little more serious with this topic? But also, let me know if you guys seen Heather and Josh, that video they did about Just the Bells. And how she talked about her food hauls and how she knew it was too much. She knew it was overboard. She knew that her family wasn't going to eat all that food. And do you think it's similar to Alicia? Do you think she does the same thing? Do you think she overdoes it for her views, for her content, for money? And do you think that she has to throw away a lot of that stuff because she overbuys? Let me know. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, bye.